Hey there, it's Enderverse. After a few months, we are finally reviewing animation mods. Most of these projects are either client-sided or texture packs, so I'm sure they will fit the majority of your friends. Now without any further ado, let's dive into the video. First on the list we have the Fresh Player Animations Pack by Agent 511. This texture pack reanimated a bunch of activities in the vanilla game, making your player animations ever more fluid and realistic. I have to admit it, the pack's progression isn't up to snuff. Fresh Player Animations has not received a single update for well over 7 months now, leaving many activities uncovered and mods unsupported. Regardless, I really love the style of the animations, and I'm sure this will turn out to be an immensely popular pack if well maintained. This next mod adds an animation to the Enchanting table, and opposite to the popular Easy Magic mod, the content of the table is not reflected on the animations. I mean, how could it be? The mod is mainly aesthetic and not functional. This mod adapts to any texture pack you put on, helping it integrate seamlessly on any ModPack. As a final note, I will show you how to activate the animations. You simply throw 3 lapis lazuli items on the surface of the table, and the animations should start playing after that. Seeing fresh animations around you is quite satisfying, and seeing them animating the characters of your friend can even be more satisfying. Given the simplicity of these mods and how some are not even mods, just some resource packs, the server required to run all of these projects combined won't have to be a NASA computer. Recently I tried running my Fresh Animations ModPack on Wise Hosting, and it worked pretty well. The ModPack and Solar in particular make things even easier, just one click away. There's also a mod in a data pack and Solar lets you want to quickly update your pack with a mod of your choosing. Fresh and Smooth, my ModPack, is supportive of Fabric and soon Forge, and is also runnable on 1.2 and 1.1. This is a non-issue for Wise Hosting, as it is also supportive of both Fabric and Forge for the latest versions of the game. The website is extremely user-friendly, as you will be told what location is best for you, in addition to receiving a lot of help from site tutorials and even human support that you can call on the fly. As usual, you get a 25% off your first month for using my code ENDER. That's a whole quarter of any purchase you make. Use Wise Hosting now to enjoy a smooth and assisted modded server right now. Perception is a modern VFX mod, enhancing immersion on the game through adding various animations and screen effects to the game. First there is the trailing particles. The mod featured a nice light effect which follows things like the arrow, be it a normal arrow, a spectral one, or a potion arrow too, the eye of Ender when you throw it, fireballs from the cast, tridents, rocket boost when flying, firewalk rockets themselves, and the wither charges. There's also a neat screen shake which activates as an effect of any explosions or the warden's heartbeat. Surprisingly enough, this mod was backported to 1.20.1, in addition to adding a version which supports the Forge ecosystem, making it viable for almost everyone. This next mod up will add tiny particles that happen every time you place a block. These particles are going to represent their original block, be it bits of dust, straws, pebbles, etc. If the amount of particles is too little or too much, you can always head over to the settings and tweak it to your likings. And for VanillaPLUS users, these particles can also be configured to resemble the base game particles, unless you're opting for a natural and subtle visual. I really enjoy tiny animation mods like these. They integrate with almost every other VFX mod you could think of, and can push the visual end a tiny bit forward. This next mod will add an entire new spawning animation to the wither. This animation has been thoroughly designed, with the nether star being revealed, the soul sand blocks separating, and the skulls slowly locking in place. This mod is surprisingly supportive of other mods like Cracker's Witherstorm, and I really hope it gets a resource pack version so that both Fabric and Forge users would be able to use it. MCInspects is a little mod with an innovative idea, that being a feature that lets you inspect your tools and weapons much like FPS games. The animation is a little stale right now, and is the same for every item. but it's a new mod, so we may see something different later on. Toni's Immersive Lanterns is a mod that will let you attach a lantern to your build. Although this feature has been included in a number of other mods in the past, none of which have managed to bring about those smooth jiggling animations of the lanterns around your waist. You may be thinking, oh man, I sure hope this jiggling animation was possible on the main and offhand lanterns. Well, for that I would say, keep watching the video. Maybe there is something of that kind. This is a small vanilla-friendly mod which adds a backflip animation to the game. This animation happens when you jump from a height greater than 2 blocks, and the chances of it happening are 1 in 3 times. This animation also applies to mobs, and it adds a goofy feeling to your game. Next up we have Particle Interactions, a truly fabulous animation mod on the list. This mod added realistic particles to a variety of activities and blocks in the game. Small visuals that makes the game feel more advanced than the one we're used to. Both the textures and the movement of these animations were top-notch and makes the game a lot more satisfying to play with. I really love this mod, and I wish the author would include more screenshots on the webpage, as there is much more to see inside the mod than what the webpage is showcasing. AAA Particles World Edition will add 2 incredibly well animated visuals into the game. First one is the lightning animation. This one has fabulous colors, amazing dust and electricity particles, and great immersive lights, especially if you are using shaders. The other one, the explosion particle, is less impressive in my opinion, but it is themed around hyperrealism, a style that did not suit the explosions as much as it fitted the lightning bolt. There's also a tiny light beam animation that will surround rare items. It looks very aesthetic and informative too. This mod is great, but you must be aware that explosion particles override the vanilla or modded explosions you may have, so configure it out. Subtle Effects is a mod packed with new animations, amplifying vanilla visuals and, more often than not, adding completely new ones. This mod is so good, it was the backbone of my Fresh Animations ModPack, and I'm positive you'll make it the backbone of your own ModPack if you are interested in animations. The effects here are diversified, some are biome based, others have to do with taking damage or dying, some improve the lighting sources, and a handful are dedicated to the player's VFX. What struck me about this mod is that it also adds new sounds to some of these animations, and everything you saw or you will see is entirely configurable, so no worries about conflicts with other mods. Epic Fight mod is not vanilla friendly at all. The purpose behind it was to create a sophisticated combat system closer to Souls games. This series has been dedicated to mods with great animations, and this mod fits this criteria pretty well, overhauling the vanilla movements and attacks. The mod has also added new weapons that feature different stances, great sound effects, and skillful attacking styles too. In addition, Epic Fight mod is probably the project with the highest number of add-ons of all time. Of course, not all are good, but I'm certain you'll find 3 or more that are genuinely transformative and worth installing. You are most likely to ditch this mod if you are aiming towards a vanilla-friendly environment, but for RPG players, this is a godsend, and honestly, always has been. Hold My Items is another mod that I added to my Fresh and Smooth ModPack, and I'll let you guess why. This mod started as a fairly basic mod, only displaying your hands on the first-person view while holding stuff of any sort. However, months down the line, it became an exceptional success with new first-person animations that are both vanilla-friendly and spectacular to look at. Every player right now is playing on a first-person prescriptive, and some mods did a pretty good job at showcasing third-person animations on a first-person view, but none kept the first-person view all the while adding new animations to it. This mod is heading towards a magnificent path, but I wish that, along the way, they include third-person animations that are corresponding to those on the first-person view, much like actions and stuff. A while back, FreshLX, the author behind Fresh Animations texture pack, has decided to extend those fluid movements to the player models too. The Fresh Animations Player add-on turned out to be an absolute cinema. It is clear that every one of the 6 parts of the player are moving, breathing life into player animations. Sadly, there aren't many animations added, and the pack is buggy, and not free for those who are wondering. But give it a few months, a year even, and I'm pretty sure things will turn out even more fabulous, and free too. Vintage Animations is a mod adding new player animations that are based on the game Vintage story, hence the name. The animations here were entirely centered around material gathering, and they are visible on the first and the third person view, making this mod user-friendly for the most part. You can tweak off any one of the animations, along with deciding either the hands are or are not visible on the first person view. This mod, I admit, is less advanced than Hold My Items mod when it comes to the first person animations, but it adds third person animations, so it is useful regardless. Fancy VFX is a mod most iconic for its lightning effects, in addition to explosion effects too. The mod has also done many tweaks to archery in the game, adding a variety of pinning and looting animations to beautify this part of Minecraft. There is also a dust cloud effect for when the player is sprinting, along with the damage particle. This mod is quite impressive, and the effects it added were unique and original, though I wish it gets updated to the latest releases, in addition to supporting Forge. Currently it is neither, but check anyways, it may have been updated by now. Air Combo is a much more advanced version of the previously mentioned Do a Flip mod, adding a number of smooth maneuvers triggered when you deal critical damage. Each maneuver here has a special combination of keywords you must execute for it to appear. This process can be complicated at first, but becomes a habit as you use it for a while. The maneuvers are not just for show, they push you backwards, helping you run away if your health is so low. Coastal Waves is up next. This is a mod that will enhance the visuals of the beaches in Minecraft, adding tidal waves that wash away the sands. These waves are quite simplistic, probably 3 or 4 frames of animation, but this helps in the context of keeping it vanilla friendly and not weird or alien to the rest of the world. There are also bioluminescent waves. Those are bloomy and incredible to observe on a warm sunset. On top of that, there is some loot to be obtained and sound to be heard from these waves, so this is a very useful and well animated mod to add to your collection, my friend. Better Falling is a mod that will add Kratos kind of jump falling animations to the game. Each time you fall from the sky, your player will perform this neat diving animation. You can press Ctrl to dive headfirst, increasing your descending speed significantly. The mod has sadly been left behind, with the project not receiving a single update for a year now. So I really hope that its development continues soon enough. And we wrap up this episode with the Biome Particle Weather mod. This mod enhances the rain and the snow in the game, along with adding completely new weather events like sandstorms, foggy thunders on the swamps, and speaking of which, fireflies can also be seen on here during nighttime. The 1.2 and 1.4 version is honestly the most well made of all patches, especially in terms of the fireflies, so go for that one, my friend. The weather is a significant part of the game. Animating it will do wonders to the VFX and the animation bit of the game. A fox girl, animated modded mobs, extra player animations, and plenty more content is to be found in the past episode. Also, I would like to thank Whitehausen for sponsoring this video. It truly helps me do this full time and eases the process of making a modded server. Like and subscribe as I'm already working on episode 4. Now I'll see ya in the next one, my friend.